Hello, good morning, friends. How are you today? Happy Moonday and happy full moon week. Can you believe like how fast time is going by? We're already on a full moon. I feel like just yesterday was the new moon in Aries. So this is a really nice balancing. It's like Libra energy is like a breath of fresh air. It's an air element sign, and it really is just like Libra energy just gives you this sense of relief. Like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's going to balance itself out, and it's just really great energy to have. So today we are going to be working with our breath, using the breathwork exercise that is in the the full moon information for this week. And we will be working with the heart chakra because Libra is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love. So, and I just thought that we all could use some self-love and some collective love in these crazy times. And I was feeling called to this Angels and Ancestors Oracle for the collective card for this week. So with that said, I'm not going to do the mantra today. I'd rather do the breath work. So let's take a look at that exercise. If you have your Just a Phase planner, if you don't, go ahead and order one because all you have to do is pay shipping. I just want to get these out of my house and into people's hands. I would like to get some hype around those of you that are using the planner already, to spread the word. Give me some encouragement to continue to create this planner. Right now, how it's looking, just to kind of like give you an update, is like I'm almost done with writing the planner. And the part that takes the most work is like the technical stuff, like designing and putting in the dates, making sure I have the dates right and the times right and the signs right and all of that. That is what is the most time consuming part. So I am considering, due to lack of sales and lack of interest, of just writing it as a companion to whatever calendar you prefer to use. I love the vertical spread, but not everybody loves that. And I mean, I basically created this planner because I needed it. So I'm considering, there's a couple different options. I'm considering writing the planner, so you're getting all of the information, and it could be a PDF version, which is more affordable for some people, or it could be a printed version, which would just be like a booklet. Like it could probably still be spiral bound, but it would be a companion to whatever other planner you feel like using. You could get just like a regular planner at the drugstore or the dollar store or whatever and use it that way, in conjunction. And then you would just put a bookmark in for the full moon or wherever you left off, and then pick up every time the moon changes. I don't know. I'm considering. The other option to actually go full blown and have this completely funded so that we can get everything that everybody wants put into, jam packed into this one little book, is doing a Kickstarter again. And in that case, we could hopefully have all the information and have all of the data and the calendar information that you need, and then that would give me the funding to print it, because right now I'm just at the end of my rope and my bank account is empty, so I'm not able to like front money and hope that I get it back at this time. So I might do a Kickstarter that way that people who are interested can help fund it. But the only problem with that is it's not that like people aren't interested in it. The only problem with that is that you have to do it so early to get those pre-orders and to get that funding early so that it can go to print is buying a planner in September or October. And people just don't think about getting a planner in October. People think about getting a planner in January. So that's the only thing, is that it's just there's not enough interest in September or October to be able to fund the printing and all of that. And I don't know. I'm just throwing these ideas out there to see like what interest is there, because like I said, I'm almost done with the written part, and now it's time to do the technical part. And it's like I don't want to do the technical part if nobody cares and nobody wants it and nobody's interested. Like, it's so much work. I mean, literally, it's like 6 months worth of work for 2 weeks worth of income is what comes out of it. So it's just a lot. And I love all of you guys and appreciate you so much for the support that you've given me. Really, truly, I do, because I would have given up back in 2020 if it weren't for you guys. So, I don't know. I'm just throwing these things out there because I'm totally open to any feedback, constructive criticism, anything to make this something that you would want to purchase again, or just to make it what I hope and dream that it could be. And that is that I hope and dream that it is needed and useful for people, everybody, like of all walks of life, of like trying to figure out how to get into the flow of their life. Because I think there's so much great astrology info out there, and there's so much great moon information out there. But I think a lot of it is really confusing and overwhelming. And I mean, I've been studying astrology for 20 years, and I still feel like I'm just a novice at astrological information. So for me, tapping into how I feel about these specific energies helps me understand and learn astrology information, but also it just helps me get into flow with my own life instead of trying to fit into this box that like we're supposed to fit into. Voguing over here. Anyway, sorry, that was just like a little rant. I'll put timestamps so that you could have skipped that if you wanted to. So we're going to be working, if you have the planner, we're going to be working with the breathwork exercise. That way we can do it together so that you understand and feel the effects of it. And instead of the mantra, I just thought I'd switch it up because we're focusing on the air element for the Libra full moon, and focusing on the air element, how you can really incorporate that into your life. And really, like, breath work is life, and it's absolutely mind-blowing what a positive effect it has on everything, your body, your mind, your mental state, your emotional state. I mean, you can even really deep dive, like, this is just a really basic exercise, and there is so much work that you can do with your breath to the point of having very enlightened moments that actually have an effect, a positive effect on your brain, and in the same way that hallucinogens do, but without the hallucinogens. This is simply just oxygenating your brain so much that you're able to tap into different parts of it that we don't normally access. That is a whole rabbit hole in it of itself, and I am not even close to like scratching the surface of that ginormous rabbit hole of breath work. But it is very profound. It's something that's really quick and easy to do, incorporate into your daily routine. in the same way that the mantra does. Taking a few deep breaths probably takes another minute. If you did it in conjunction with the mala exercise, which we have discovered takes about 2 to 3 minutes, then you're having just 5 minutes a day of your doing a mantra and working on breath work all at the same time. And it just really has a profound effect on your life and your day. So we will start off with that, and then we will go through, we'll pick a heart chakra card, we'll go through the energy for this week, and we'll also pick a collective card. So thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new. My name is Allison, and if you haven't figured out already, I'm kind of a little bit crazy and all over the place, and that's why I choose to be the priestess of Wonderland, because I'm allowed to be mad in Wonderland, and I welcome you to be your own unique, crazy self here. And yeah, so let's get started with our breath work. So how this works is, for the first breath, kind of see, we're going to shoot for 5. That's just a well-rounded number, but what we're going to be doing is inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 3 seconds, and then exhaling for 5 seconds. You may find, like, after the first breath, you may find that, like, 5 is too long for you, so go down to 4 or 3 or even 2 if that's just how quick your breath is right now. Or you might find that you need to go longer. The longer that you breathe, the more oxygen you're going to get flowing to your brain. And we'll do this 3 times. I'm just kind of double checking, like, is there anything? Yeah, it was 3 seconds, right? Yeah. So 5 seconds inhale, 3 seconds hold, and then 5 seconds exhale. And we'll do that 3 times. And you might find, like, after the 3 times that you've really, like, reached this like sync and flow, that you might want to extend it to 5 times, or just use this to start off your meditation work or meditation practice or mala practice or yoga practice or whatever it is that you are doing. So let's get started. So on the count of 3, we'll take a deep breath and inhale for 5 seconds, and then we will hold it for 3 and then exhale for 5, and we'll do that 3 times in a row. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and inhale. Exhale for 5. So, okay, that was a little practice one. I even noticed myself that I was kind of struggling to get up to 5, and I think that's because I'm talking. So, and kind of excited and a little bit short of breath. So, take a little bit to, like, wiggle in your chair, get comfortable. Maybe take a deep breath in and exhale first. Okay, and exhale. And we'll try this again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, how do you feel? Do you feel like, I feel really floaty when I do that sort of thing. It was difficult for me to like figure out how to count because I was trying to focus on the breathing. So you'll notice that you just kind of like, you come into your body, you feel a little bit more calmer, more softer and relaxed. So this is definitely one thing that you can be tracking in your mood tracker and note, hey, I did this breathwork exercise today, and noting how you feel about it. So we chose the heart chakra for the Libra energy, for Venus energy, but I also feel like the heart is very connected to the lungs and the breath. I think we kind of think of breath work as a throat chakra energy, but I mean, which I do think that it is, like we use our breath to communicate, but if you think about it, the lung, or the heart, is surrounded by the lungs. The lungs are like protecting your heart. So when we take time to like focus on our breath, we're also healing our heart in a way, because it's oxygenating that blood. The heart is nestled right in between the lungs and just sits there all cozy, like it drops you into a little bit of like a cozy kind of feeling. So let's pick a heart chakra card for those who are watching now and those who will be watching later. Love connection. I feel like this heart chakra card has come up. It came up a lot with the 28-day follow the moon challenge that we did in January. So there is an intelligence in the heart that cannot be denied or even explained, only felt. You are sifting through old layers of discontent, connecting with the authenticity and divinity of who you are now. Your heart is teaching you that all you have ever desired or imagined has always been within you, awaiting your intention and courage to allow it. New allies will arrive to you soon in human form. You have attracted them, and they will easily align to this frequency of heart-based connection. This is a heart chakra card. The crystal is girasol, and the herb is lavender. I think there are a few different versions of girasol, because I think there's a girasol opal. So this is a new stone to kind of work with, and I love learning new heart chakra stones, because we always think of rose quartz for the heart chakra. So such a beautiful card. I think the thing that really jumps out at me is you're teaching your heart that all you have desired or imagined has always been within you. And I feel like that kind of draws attention to that like nestling kind of feeling of the heart, how the heart nestles between the lungs and has that interconnectivity, and how it's all like, by focusing on the lungs, you're also focusing on the heart and circulation, and also we're pushing more oxygen to the brain, so you're also thinking more clearly. So it's like, it's truly connecting your brain with your heart and with your breath and with your circulation and with your body. It's like connecting everything on a whole level. So I thought that was just a perfect Libra energy thing to connect to. I'm going to shuffle this while we're talking about this week. So here we are on Monday. We are starting off with Leo energy. And you guys know that I just love Leo energy. So I don't know. It's that kind of like dressing up and like being your best self. Starting your Monday off as being like, like when you dress up, when you put on makeup, if you wear makeup and you just like wear an outfit that makes you just feel super confident. It's just a really cool way to start off a Monday. And I feel like we don't really get that many Leo Mondays. So this is kind of cool energy to have starting off today. So Leo is the lion. This is, we're talking about courage and confidence. And the big thing for me with Leos get a bad rap. I mean, every sign gets a bad rap for something, but Leos get a bad rap for having a big ego. But for me personally, like my Leo-ness, like really, really loves and inspires and loves to encourage and inspire other people, like lifting other people up. So I don't know, Leo energy is just a day of like really appreciating things that are beautiful in life and appreciating other people for their beauty. And I just really, I really love Leo energy. I avoided it for so long in my life. When I was younger, it was like, oh, well, you're just going to be a show off and a egotistical bitch. Like especially in middle school, it was like, oh, you're a Leo. And it, and there was so much expectation of performing. Like, I was a very shy person. I still am, like, and I have a lot of social anxiety, but it was really pressured. Like, oh, you're a Leo, you're so supposed to be on stage. And it was just like, oral presentations or having to do a play or like drama. I was just like, no, like I was terrified of it. Public speaking, anything, everything. It's so weird that like what I'm doing now is what I'm doing, because anyways, there's a lot of pressure there. But I think that when we tap into the positive energy of Leo, it's we tap into that we really want everybody to shine. We see the light in everybody, and we want everybody's light to shine. So we like to encourage people. Leo energy is also a self-confidence thing, which is another thing that I struggle with and is not. I feel like your sun sign is what you grow into. So I'm learning to shine my light, shine others' lights, and I'm learning to have confidence and courage in myself. It's like a constant struggle and battle. So on Tuesday morning, we move into Virgo. So we're just hanging out in Leo for all the rest of Monday, and then just the early morning on Tuesday. Then we move into Virgo, and Virgo likes to come in and like straighten things out, get things organized. I always say Virgo is the cleaning up after the party. Virgo energy is right as we're moving from summer to fall. So it's like, it's literally cleaning up the party. It's like putting away the summer stuff and getting ready for fall, bringing out the fall decorations, cleaning up the yard and the brush and all the dead leaves and everything. It's like literally getting organized. So that's kind of cool. I like that energy too for Tuesday and Wednesday. Most of Thursday, because we don't move into Libra until 4:46 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. So hump day is going to be, you might feel like organizing on Wednesday, and that's like a really good time to do it. You're like, okay, let's tackle everything so that we can chill this weekend. So getting things organized, because we're like so close to the full moon, you might be feeling this like pushing things, like finishing things, because on the full moon, we want to be celebrating something. Being like, yeah, we like booked it these 2 weeks, because the next 2 weeks are going to be about like winding down and finishing things and that sort of energy. So you might want to like push things. Make sure that you're like looking a few weeks ahead and everything, so that you're able to finish things before the new moon, and so that you're able to wind down and take a rest. But this week is not about resting. This week is about really shining the light, focusing on all the things that you've accomplished. I like to, when we have a full moon, I like to focus on shining a light of what we've accomplished since that last season. For example, if you were born in Libra season, if you have a Libra sun, it's been 6 months since your birthday. So like, what have you accomplished in those 6 months? And for the rest of us, it's 6 months since Virgo season. So, since Libra season. So, what have you accomplished since then? That's such a transitional time. that it's like, personally for me, I do feel that shift of season pretty strongly. And it's the opposite of right now. Right now we're feeling the shift into spring, and then during Libra season we're feeling that shift into fall. So it's like that time of year is like winding down, getting ready for the holidays. You might be wrapping up your garden stuff, and really it's the time that like all of the things that you planted in spring are literally ready to harvest. So we're kind of like reaping what we've sowed at that time. And then you're also thinking about, well, like, what should I do for next spring? What should I do for next year? And now that next spring is here, and it's like, so what are you starting? What do you want to be harvesting by the time we get to Libra season, at the end of fall? Because we're getting closer to like the actual literal planting of seeds in the ground. So think about like, what is it that you want to harvest? Like, think about and visualize Libra season, and what you want to be harvesting. And this is like, a lot of times we can't manifest unless we're able to visualize it. So this is a really good exercise to be doing when you're doing your breath work, to really breathe that energy in and think like breathe in, like, I want to have accomplished all of my goals by Libra season. I want to, like, what does that look like? What are your goals? What are you accomplishing? What do the plants that we drew during Pisces season, what do they look like with fruit on them? What do your plants look? Was it a tree? Was it a little bush? Was it a shrub? Was it a fruit? Was it a vegetable? Like, what does that look like to you? Like, visualize that energy. But at the same time, Libra energy is balancing things out. So if you've been hustling like the beginning of this year, like the Libra time reminds us that, wait, let's chill out. We got to have fun too. We got to celebrate like everything that we've accomplished. If you haven't been hustling, if you've been struggling and haven't been able to like crack your winter shell, and you haven't been able to like step out of that hibernation yet, maybe now's the time to do it. That the Libra energy is going to like maybe put a little pep in your step. If the fire energy didn't, for whatever reason. And that's the thing, we all react differently to these different elements. Maybe the air element is the thing that's gonna like get your flame going. It's gonna like fan your flame. So we move into that energy on Thursday at 4:46 p.m. Eastern time. The full moon is technically at 2:54 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. And I really feel like we can be tapping into the full moon energy Thursday and Friday, like the Thursday afternoon and all day Friday, because Saturday, 2:54 p.m. is the technical full moon, and it will quickly move into Scorpio at 8:25 p.m. Saturday night. So really, technically, we only have 4 hours. Yeah, that's like almost, it's like 3.5 hours. Three and a half hours exactly that we are with the full moon Libra energy, because we'll move into Scorpio 8:25 Saturday night. Oops, this one, well, Shaman wants to come out for today. That's just so perfect timing. Like, it just fell out like right when I finished, right when I got to the end of the week. So let's see what this card says for us, and then we'll kind of recap that energy. I know that was very long-winded. Okay, so we got the Shaman card, Trust in Higher Forces. Trust your angels, guides, and ancestors. If you have given your power away, claim it back now. I kind of like the way it's worded like that for a Libra moon week, because it's like, if you've given your power away, claim it back. Like, Libra, that's what Libra does. It's going to like balance it out. It's like, if you've done this, so a lot of this, then do this instead. Like, it's like doing the opposite so that we can balance that energy out. On the inner planes, all of the shamans of times gone by are helping the human race to understand the complexities of life and the needs of the Mother Earth. Many are working as spiritual guides to light workers and light warriors. The shaman card brings the energy of your shaman guides to you. Shamans believed that when there was illness or disease, it was because a person's power had been left behind somewhere, or a negative pattern had instilled itself in them. In trance, they would travel to the underworld to recall this power and remove the demon. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work and lower energies, or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. The shaman will aid you in your quest. Wow, this is really interesting. I was trying to be really light and celebratory this full moon, and that's kind of interesting for a Libra moon that's quickly going to be moving into Scorpio. And actually, I didn't look up the void of course time, but those of you that are tracking the void of course time, the full moon is at 2:54. See what time the void of course energy is, because we might even have to harness that Libra energy quicker than 8 p.m. Eastern, because if void of course time is at like 5 or 6, then really we only have 2 hours when the moon is 100% full and in Libra, if that makes sense. So it's kind of interesting that we're transitioning right into Scorpio from Libra, because this is kind of telling us to go to the dark side a little bit and to claim our power, get our power back from those darker energies. So the extended message of this card is, there are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to the spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct the situation and come up on top. Again, this is like about balancing that energy out. So the shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Wow, very interesting card for this week, you guys. Take some deep breaths. Remember that this is why I highlight these messages here. Take some deep breaths. Treat yourself as fairly as you would treat someone else. Do not, when we go to these darker places, do not judge yourself. We all have a dark side. We've all been there. We've all done that. When we accept it and we love it, that's how we heal, and that's how we become whole. Because we are all of the different aspects of ourselves. We're the light, we are the dark, and we're also like in between, and that's like the goal. That's what Libra teaches us to do, to really stay in the middle of that. If something is way up here and something's way down here, Libra teaches us to put it back together, or even the playing field a little bit. And also remember this love connection card too. Okay, so just to recap, we have all of the elements represented here this week. We start off with Leo fire. So it's a nice way to start out the week, especially during Aries season. Maybe you're going to like get things done, get things going. Virgo is going to help us organize. Again, that's moving from fire to earth. Virgo is going to help us come back down to the ground a little bit, get organized, get things done, make sure we're not like running all over the place, burning out or anything. Virgo's going to make us come back down to the ground and be productive with all of that energy. And then when we move into Libra at the end of the week, that's an air sign. So air is like knowledge, balance. It's also well, knowledge and wisdom, but it's also like, think of how you feel when a nice breeze comes up, like a nice spring breeze, that warm air, just like, it kind of like catches your attention, and it's literally a breath of fresh air, like, oh, like it calls you instantly back into yourself and helps you get that mental clarity. And then from there, we move into Scorpio Saturday night, and we will be in Scorpio Sunday and probably into Monday. So that's a water sign. So after we've like got this clarity, it's time to like kind of lean back and flow a little bit and allow things to like wash over you if things feel overwhelming, but not like drown you underwater. So remember to do your breath work. Maybe practice that a couple times or try to do that every morning. Again, I'll put timestamps so that you can just like go quick into that breath work if you want to, and get into flow, get into balance, really connect. We're doing some deep work here. I'll put more information about this card in the Facebook group and on Discord, so make sure that you're checking in there. And I hope you have a good week. Oh, we also have Easter weekend. I just noticed that. So happy Easter if you celebrate, and I will see you next week. Thank you guys so much.